In the heart of a misty mountain range, where the air is crisp and clean, and the trees stand tall and still, there lies a haven of peace. A place where time stands still, and the world outside fades away. The peaceful mountain monastery, a sanctuary for those seeking solace and tranquility, has stood for centuries, its stone walls bearing witness to the whispers of the wind and the gentle rainfall. As the sun begins to set, casting a warm orange glow over the surrounding peaks, the monastery comes alive with the soft murmur of chanting monks and the delicate scent of incense wafting through the air. The sound of a lone bell echoes through the valleys, a gentle reminder of the passing day and the beauty of nature's rhythm. In the distance, the soft trickle of a mountain stream can be heard, its gentle melody weaving in and out of the rustling leaves and the distant calls of birds. The air is filled with the sweet scent of blooming wildflowers, their delicate petals swaying gently in the breeze like tiny ballerinas. As the stars begin to twinkle in the night sky, the monastery's inhabitants retire to their simple yet cozy quarters, each one a refuge of comfort and peace. The soft creak of wooden floorboards beneath bare feet, the gentle rustle of robes, and the occasional soft murmur of conversation create a soothing background hum, a reminder that even in stillness, there is a sense of community and connection. As night descends, the monastery's courtyard is bathed in a soft, silver light, the moon casting an ethereal glow over the tranquil scene. The sound of crickets and the distant howl of a wolf can be heard, but they are gentle and reassuring, a reminder of the natural world's gentle balance. In this peaceful sanctuary, where the rhythms of nature have been woven into the very fabric of daily life, time loses all meaning. The concept of past, present, and future fades away, replaced by the simple, quiet joy of being present in each moment. The world outside may be chaotic and unpredictable, but within the walls of the peaceful mountain monastery, all is calm, all is bright, and all is at peace. And as the night deepens, a figure emerges from the shadows, carrying a lantern, and begins the gentle ascent up the mountain path. The figure's footsteps echo softly through the stillness, the faint rustle of fabric and the soft creak of leather the only sounds that break the peaceful silence. As the figure climbs upward, the lantern casts a warm, golden light on the surrounding trees, illuminating the intricate patterns of the bark and the delicate leaves that rustle gently in the breeze. The air is crisp and clean, filled with the scent of pine and the sweetness of wildflowers that bloom in the higher elevations. The figure's breath is steady and calm, a reflection of the peaceful atmosphere that pervades the monastery. With each step, the darkness recedes, and the world becomes increasingly bright, as if the very presence of the figure is drawing the light out of the shadows. The path winds upward, following the contours of the mountain, and the figure's footsteps grow slower, more deliberate. The lantern casts long shadows across the ground, creating an illusion of depth and dimension, as if the very mountain itself is unfolding its secrets to the figure. The air grows warmer, filled with the scent of wood smoke and cooking bread, wafting from the monastery's kitchen. As the figure ascends, the sounds of the monastery grow louder, the gentle hum of conversation and the soft clang of pots and pans in the kitchen creating a soothing background noise. The figure's footsteps grow lighter, more carefree, as if the peacefulness of the mountain is seeping into their very soul. The trees thin out, and the figure emerges onto a small clearing, surrounded by the monastery's buildings. The sun rises higher in the sky, casting a warm glow over the entire scene, and the figure pauses, taking in the beauty of the morning. The sound of birdsong fills the air, a melodic chorus that echoes off the mountainside. The figure's lantern is almost forgotten, its light fading into the brightness of the day. But the gentle warmth it casts remains, a reminder of the peaceful journey that has brought the figure to this moment. As the sun rises higher, the world seems to grow more vibrant, more alive, and the figure's footsteps grow lighter, more carefree, as if the very essence of the mountain has been distilled into this single moment. The monastery's buildings are a mix of ancient and modern, their stone and wood surfaces blending seamlessly into the surrounding landscape. The figure's eyes are drawn to the central courtyard, where a group of monks are gathered, their faces calm and peaceful as they meditate on the morning's teachings. The air is filled with the scent of incense, wafting from the monastery's shrine room, and the sound of gentle chanting, a soft melody that underscores the peaceful atmosphere. As the figure watches, a young monk emerges from the group, a look of quiet confidence on his face. He approaches the figure, a gentle smile spreading across his face, and begins to speak in a low, soothing voice, his words a gentle welcome to the monastery, and an invitation to join the morning's activities. The soft light of dawn crept over the mountain monastery, casting a warm glow over the tranquil landscape. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the ancient trees, their branches swaying softly in the morning air. The sound of birdsong filled the valley below, a chorus of chirping and tweeting that seemed to lift the very spirit itself. In the distance, the soft chime of a bell carried on the breeze, a melancholy sound that spoke of peace and quiet contemplation. The monks emerged from their quarters, their footsteps quiet on the stone paths as they made their way to the meditation hall. Their robes were simple, yet elegant, in shades of saffron and sky blue that blended seamlessly with the surroundings. The air was filled with the scent of incense, a subtle fragrance that added to the sense of serenity. As the group approached the meditation hall, the soft glow of candles flickered within, casting a warm light on the serene faces of the monks. They took their places on the floor, their eyes closed, their breathing steady and calm. The figure from the previous night watched, mesmerized by the peaceful atmosphere that seemed to emanate from the very stones themselves. The chanting began, a soft, wordless melody that seemed to rise and fall with the rhythm of the monks' breathing. The sound was like a gentle brook, babbling and chattering its way through the still morning air. The figure felt a sense of peace wash over her, a sense of calm that seemed to settle deep into her bones. As the chanting continued, the young monk from the previous night took his place among the group. He closed his eyes, his face serene, and began to breathe in time with the others. His lips moved softly, forming words that were not quite audible, yet somehow seemed to add to the sense of peace that filled the room. The sound of gentle chanting, a soft melody that underscores the peaceful atmosphere. As the figure watches, a young monk emerges from the group, a look of quiet confidence on his face. He approaches the figure, a gentle smile spreading across his face, and begins to speak in a low, soothing voice, his words a gentle welcome to the monastery, and an invitation to join the morning's activities. With each step, the young monk seemed to exude an aura of kindness and compassion, his presence a warmth that seemed to brighten the entire room. The air was thick with the scent of incense now, a heady fragrance that filled every corner of the meditation hall. The young monk's voice was like a gentle stream, flowing smoothly over the rocks of the figure's doubts and fears, carrying her along on its tranquil surface. As he spoke, the figure felt a sense of ease settle over her, a sense of trust that seemed to grow with each passing moment. In this tranquil space, time itself seemed to lose all meaning. The morning light crept in, casting long shadows across the room, yet somehow it was hard to tell the hour. The monks sat in stillness, their faces a picture of peace, their eyes closed in contemplation. The young monk's voice was a soft accompaniment, a gentle melody that wove in and out of the chanting, adding depth and complexity to the serene atmosphere. As the words hung in the air, the figure felt a sense of longing begin to stir within her. She yearned to be a part of this peaceful world, to bask in its tranquility and let go of her own troubles. The young monk's voice seemed to speak directly to her heart, offering a gentle invitation to join the monastery's community and share in the peace that seemed to permeate every aspect of their lives. The young monk's eyes met the figure's, a warm smile still on his face, and for a moment they simply looked at one another, a connection forming between them that seemed to transcend words. In that moment, the figure felt a sense of belonging, a sense of being welcomed into a world that was warm, nurturing, and full of peace. As they stood there, the world around them seemed to fade away, leaving only the soft light of dawn, the sound of birdsong, and the gentle chanting of the monks. And in this tranquil space, time itself stood still, waiting for the figure to make her decision. The gentle stream babbled on, its soothing melody weaving in and out of the morning silence, creating a sense of perfect harmony. The air was crisp, with a hint of dew-kissed grass and the sweet scent of blooming wildflowers. The figure took a deep breath, feeling the cool mountain air fill her lungs, and slowly let it out, allowing the tranquility of the moment to seep into her very being. As she stood there, the soft light of dawn crept over the mountainside, casting a warm glow over the monastery's grounds. The buildings, with their weathered wooden facades and intricately tiled roofs, seemed to come alive, their ancient stones radiating a deep sense of wisdom and peace. The sound of the monks chanting grew louder, but it was no longer just a series of words. It had become a vibration, a gentle hum that resonated deep within the figure's chest. She felt a sense of stillness wash over her, as if time itself had slowed its pace. The world around her seemed to hold its breath, waiting for her to make a decision. But the decision was no longer just about joining the monastery or leaving. It was about embracing a way of life, a way of being in the world that was rooted in compassion, mindfulness, and gratitude. The figure closed her eyes, letting the warmth of the sun seep into her skin, and the sound of the stream wash over her. She felt her thoughts begin to quiet, her mind untangling itself from the threads of doubt and uncertainty. It was as if she had finally arrived, finally found a place where she belonged. The monks, too, seemed to be holding their breath, their chanting growing softer, more gentle. It was as if they were waiting for her to make her decision, to join them on this path of peace and compassion. The figure felt a sense of connection to them, a sense of shared purpose. As she stood there, the figure began to feel a sense of letting go. It was as if she had been holding onto something, a sense of identity, a sense of self, and now she was releasing it, allowing herself to be swept up in the tide of the present moment. The world around her was full of beauty and wonder, and she was finally seeing it, finally experiencing it. The decision was no longer about joining the monastery or leaving. It was about embracing the beauty of the present moment, about letting go of the need for control and certainty. It was about trusting in the universe, trusting in the path that lay before her. The figure's eyes slowly opened, and she gazed out at the monastery, at the rolling hills and the sparkling stream. She felt a sense of peace wash over her, a sense of being exactly where she was meant to be. And in that moment, everything seemed possible. She took another deep breath, feeling the stillness of the present moment, and began to walk towards the monastery, towards a new path, a new way of being. As she walked, the scent of incense wafted through the air, carried on the gentle breeze, and she lifted her face to breathe it in deeply, feeling it fill her senses with calm and tranquility. The trees swayed softly in the wind, their leaves rustling gently against each other, creating a soothing melody that accompanied her footsteps. The path unwound before her, a tranquil ribbon of stone that led her deeper into the monastery's serene heart. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the ground beneath her feet, and she felt her feet move in time with the gentle rustle of the leaves. The air was filled with an almost imperceptible hum of chanting, the soft, steady tones weaving a background melody that wove itself into the fabric of her being. A bird sang a sweet, simple song from a nearby tree, adding its voice to the symphony of the monastery, and she felt her heart respond, lightening and lifting with every note. She passed by a group of monks, their faces serene, their eyes closed as they meditated on the path ahead, and she nodded to them softly as she passed, acknowledging their peaceful presence. One of them smiled, his eyes flicking open for a brief moment before he closed them again, and she felt a warmth in her heart, a sense of connection to these strangers who were, in that moment, her closest friends. The scent of incense grew stronger, and she followed its source to a courtyard within the monastery, where a group of monks were preparing the day's ceremony. Candles stood on a low table, their flames casting a warm, golden light across the space, and she watched as the monks lit them one by one, the soft pop of the flames releasing a tiny puff of smoke into the air. The courtyard was filled with a soft, golden light that seemed to emanate from the very air itself, and she felt her heart fill with a sense of peace and belonging. A soft breeze rustled the candles' shadows, creating a gentle dance of light and darkness that seemed to capture the very essence of the present moment. She felt herself becoming one with the peaceful atmosphere of the monastery, her heart and mind blending seamlessly with the serene energy that filled the space. The sound of chanting grew louder, and she followed it to a chapel within the monastery's walls, where a group of monks were gathered, their voices weaving a beautiful, harmonious melody that seemed to lift her very soul. The air was filled with the sweet scent of incense, and the soft light of candles cast a warm, golden glow across the chapel, creating a sense of calm and tranquility that seemed to envelop her in its peaceful folds. She sat down in a nearby pew, her eyes falling shut as she breathed in the soothing atmosphere, feeling her heart and mind begin to settle into the stillness of the present moment. And as she sat there, surrounded by the peaceful energy of the monastery, she felt a sense of clarity begin to dawn on her, a sense of understanding that seemed to arise from the very depths of her soul. The morning sun continued its steady climb, casting a gentle warmth that seeped into the stone walls, infusing them with a soft, golden glow. As it rose higher, its rays illuminated the intricate carvings that adorned the monastery's facades, bringing to life the delicate patterns of leaves, flowers, and vines that seemed to dance across the surfaces. The soft light danced across the courtyard, illuminating the vibrant colors of the flowers in the gardens, the gentle pinks of the cherry blossoms, the soft yellows of the sunflowers, and the delicate purples of the lavender as they swayed gently in the morning breeze. Inside the monastery, the air grew warmer, filled with the scent of incense and the sweet fragrance of blooming flowers. The soft chanting of the monks, which had begun at dawn, continued to fill the air, their voices blending in perfect harmony as they sang of peace, love, and compassion. The sound was like a gentle brook, flowing smoothly over the rocks of the heart, soothing the rough edges and calming the mind. As the sun rose higher, the shadows in the monastery grew shorter, and the light revealed the intricate details of the stone carvings, the delicate threads of which seemed to connect the various elements of the monastery into a unified whole. The carvings depicted scenes from nature, the majestic mountains, the rolling hills, and the sparkling streams, as well as scenes from the lives of the Buddha and his followers, reminding the monks and visitors alike of the importance of compassion, wisdom, and inner peace. In the main hall, the monks were busy preparing for the mid-morning meal, their movements quiet and deliberate as they cooked and served the simple but nourishing food that sustained them on their spiritual journey. The aroma of steaming rice and fresh vegetables filled the air, mingling with the scent of incense and the fragrance of flowers to create a sensory experience that was both comforting and uplifting. As the morning wore on, the monastery grew quieter, as if the very atmosphere itself was settling into a state of calm and tranquility. The soft chanting had stopped, and the monks were engaged in meditation, their faces serene and their eyes closed as they focused on their breath and the stillness of the present moment. Outside, the birds sang their gentle songs, and the wind rustled through the leaves, creating a soothing background melody that seemed to harmonize with the very heartbeat of the monastery. In the gardens, a small group of monks were tending to the flowers, watering and pruning them with gentle care. As they worked, they moved in a state of calm efficiency, their movements a testament to the power of mindfulness and the importance of living in harmony with nature. The flowers, in turn, seemed to respond to the monks' care, their colors deepening and their scents intensifying as they absorbed the love and attention that was being given to them. As the sun continued its steady climb, the monastery seemed to grow more peaceful, as if the very light itself was infusing the space with a sense of calm and serenity. The monks, who had spent the night in prayer and contemplation, seemed to be basking in the warmth and tranquility of the morning, their faces filled with a sense of inner peace and their hearts full of love and compassion. And as they went about their daily routines, their movements seemed to be guided by a deep sense of connection to the natural world and to each other, a connection that was both profound and simple. As the morning wore on, the monastery became a place of perfect stillness, a place where the very fabric of reality seemed to be woven from the threads of peace, love, and compassion. The air was filled with the gentle scent of incense, and the sound of quiet conversation mingled with the distant songs of the birds, creating a soothing background melody that seemed to harmonize with the very heartbeat of the monastery. And in this peaceful atmosphere, the monk who had been sitting on the nearby pew slowly opened her eyes, her gaze drifting gently across the serene and tranquil scene before her, as she felt the peace and love of the monastery seep deep into her heart, filling her with a sense of calm and clarity that would stay with her for the rest of the day. As she rose to her feet, a gentle smile spread across her face, and she felt a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the peaceful refuge that the monastery had provided her, a refuge that would continue to nourish her soul for many days to come. As she stepped out into the courtyard, the warm sunlight danced across her face, and the scent of blooming gardenias wafted through the air, mingling with the savory aroma of steaming rice and the earthy smell of freshly brewed tea. The monastery's residents were gathered in the courtyard, their faces serene and content, their eyes closed as they savored the simple pleasures of the meal. The soft chime of a bell drifted from the monastery's bell tower, its gentle tones blending with the distant song of a bird and the rustle of leaves in the gentle mountain breeze. The sound was like a soft blanket, enveloping everyone in a sense of peace and tranquility, a feeling that had become second nature to the monks after years of practice. As she took her place among the others, a gentle hand reached out to pass her a steaming cup of tea, and she accepted it with a nod of gratitude, feeling the warmth of the cup seep into her palms. The tea was a perfect blend of floral and herbal notes, a flavor that seemed to shift and evolve with each sip, like the subtle nuances of a well-played instrument. She closed her eyes and let the tea work its magic, feeling the tension in her shoulders begin to ease, her breath grow deeper and more relaxed. The meal was a simple one, a plain white rice served alongside a bowl of steaming vegetables, their flavors enhanced by the subtle addition of herbs and spices. The monks ate in silence, their spoons clinking against the sides of their bowls as they savored each bite. It was a meal that was almost too simple to be noticed, yet it was precisely this simplicity that made it so satisfying, so nourishing to the soul. As they ate, the conversation began to flow, gentle and effortless, like the gentle flow of a mountain stream. The monks talked about their day, about the progress they had made on their meditation, about the insights they had gained. Their words were laced with a sense of wonder and awe, a sense of reverence for the mysteries of the universe. It was a conversation that was both deeply personal and universally relatable, a conversation that seemed to transcend the boundaries of individual minds and speak directly to the heart. As the meal drew to a close, the monks rose from their seats, their movement slow and deliberate, like a gentle unfolding of a lotus flower. They began to clean up the remains of the meal, their hands moving in a soothing rhythm, like the gentle lapping of waves on a still pond. The courtyard was filled with the soft sounds of clinking dishes and murmured conversation, a soundscape that was both calming and invigorating, like a gentle massage for the soul. As the cleanup drew to a close, a young monk stood up, his eyes shining with a sense of excitement and anticipation. He cleared his throat, a gentle sound that seemed to carry the promise of new beginnings. "Brothers," he said, his voice low and soothing, "I propose we take a short walk in the forest, to clear our minds and rejuvenate our spirits." The others nodded in agreement, their faces lighting up with a sense of enthusiasm and curiosity. And with that, the group began to file out of the courtyard, their footsteps light and carefree, like the first tentative steps of a child learning to walk. As they disappeared into the forest, the courtyard remained behind, a peaceful oasis in the midst of the bustling mountain landscape. The sun continued to cast its warm light over the courtyard, illuminating the soft curves of the buildings and the vibrant colors of the flowers. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the earthy smell of damp soil, a reminder of the natural world that lay just beyond the monastery's walls. And as the silence deepened, a sense of stillness began to settle over the courtyard, like a soft blanket of snowfall on a winter's night. It was a stillness that was both calming and energizing, a stillness that seemed to speak directly to the soul, reminding it of its own deep connection to the natural world. As the silence deepened, the courtyard became a mirror, reflecting the beauty and tranquility of the surrounding landscape, a reflection that seemed to speak directly to the heart of all who entered. Within the walls of the monastery, the morning light filtered through the windows, casting a warm glow over the tranquil spaces. The monks, their robes a soft gray against the gentle hue, moved with deliberate slowness, their footsteps a soothing accompaniment to the quiet of the day. They passed through the corridors, their eyes downcast, their hands clasped in a quiet gesture of prayer. The air was filled with the scent of incense, a subtle reminder of the mysteries that lay beyond the reach of the human mind. As they made their way to the meditation hall, the sound of dripping water echoed softly through the corridors, a gentle melody that seemed to weave itself into the fabric of the morning silence. The monks entered the hall, their footsteps quiet on the smooth stone floor. They took their places on their cushions, their eyes cast downward, their bodies still and relaxed. A soft breeze rustled the leaves of the trees outside, a gentle whisper that seemed to carry the secrets of the universe on its gentle breath. The abbot, a wise and compassionate man, stood before them, his eyes shining with a deep understanding. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and began to speak in a low, soothing voice. "Today, we delve deeper into the mysteries of the universe," he said. "We seek to understand the secrets of the human heart, to know the depths of our own souls." As he spoke, the monks' eyes closed, their minds quieting, their hearts opening to the wisdom of the moment. The room fell silent, the only sound the quiet breathing of the monks. The air was heavy with anticipation, the sense that something profound was about to unfold. The abbot's voice grew softer, more contemplative, as he guided the monks on their journey of discovery. "Let us seek to understand the intricacies of the universe," he said. "Let us delve into the depths of our own hearts, that we may know ourselves as we truly are." As he spoke, the monks began to quiet their minds, to focus on the present moment. Their breathing grew slower, more deliberate, their bodies relaxing into the cushions. The room seemed to fade away, leaving only the sense of presence, the feeling of being exactly where they were meant to be. The abbot's voice grew softer still, a gentle whisper in the darkness of the mind. Outside, the snow continued to fall, a soft blanket of white that covered the landscape, a reminder of the beauty and tranquility that lay just beyond the reach of the human heart. The monks sat in silence, their eyes closed, their minds focused on the present moment. Time itself seemed to fade away, leaving only the sense of eternity, the feeling that this moment, this instant, was the only moment that truly existed. As the morning wore on, the monks' minds grew clearer, their hearts more open. They delved deeper into the mysteries of the universe, seeking to understand the secrets of the human heart. They knew that the answers lay not in the external world, but in the depths of their own souls. And so they sat, in silence, in stillness, their minds focused on the present moment, their hearts open to the wisdom of the universe. The air in the meditation hall was heavy with the scent of incense, a reminder of the mysteries that lay beyond the reach of the human mind. The monks sat, their eyes closed, their bodies still, their minds focused on the present moment. And as they sat, the world outside seemed to fade away, leaving only the sense of peace, the feeling of being exactly where they were meant to be. The snow continued to fall, a soft blanket of white that covered the landscape, a reminder of the beauty and tranquility that lay just beyond the reach of the human heart. The monks sat in silence, their minds focused on the present moment, their hearts open to the wisdom of the universe. And as they sat, the world itself seemed to grow quieter, the sense of stillness deepening, until it seemed that time itself had come to a standstill. As the morning wore on, the monks' minds grew clearer, their hearts more open. They delved deeper into the mysteries of the universe, seeking to understand the secrets of the human heart. They knew that the answers lay not in the external world, but in the depths of their own souls. And so they sat, in silence, in stillness, their minds focused on the present moment, their hearts open to the wisdom of the universe. The abbot's voice grew softer still, a gentle whisper in the darkness of the mind. The monks' breathing grew slower, more deliberate, their bodies relaxing into the cushions. The room seemed to fade away, leaving only the sense of presence, the feeling of being exactly where they were meant to be. And as they sat, the world itself seemed to grow quieter, the sense of stillness deepening, until it seemed that time itself had come to a standstill. In this stillness, the monks found peace, a deep and abiding sense of calm that seemed to penetrate to the very core of their being. They knew that they were not alone, that they were part of a greater whole, a universe of interconnectedness that seemed to stretch out to infinity. And as they sat, in silence, in stillness, they felt the boundaries of their own minds and hearts begin to dissolve, until they knew themselves to be one with the universe, their own small selves lost in the vast expanse of the cosmos. As the stillness deepened, the monks' minds grew clearer, their hearts more open. They delved deeper into the mysteries of the universe, seeking to understand the secrets of the human heart. They knew that the answers lay not in the external world, but in the depths of their own souls. And so they sat, in silence, in stillness, their minds focused on the present moment, their hearts open to the wisdom of the universe. In this quiet, peaceful space, the monks found themselves at one with the world around them. They knew that they were not separate, that they were part of a greater whole, connected to every living thing, every blade of grass, every drop of water, every grain of sand. And as they sat, in silence, in stillness, they felt the weight of their own smallness, their own insignificance, and yet, paradoxically, they felt a deep and profound sense of connection to the universe, a connection that seemed to speak directly to the soul. The snow continued to fall, a soft blanket of white that covered the landscape, a reminder of the beauty and tranquility that lay just beyond the reach of the human heart. The monks sat in silence, their minds focused on the present moment, their hearts open to the wisdom of the universe. And as they sat, the world itself seemed to grow quieter, the sense of stillness deepening, until it seemed that time itself had come to a standstill. As the stillness deepened, the monks began to realize that they had entered a state of inner unity, a state in which the boundaries of their own minds and hearts had dissolved, and they knew themselves to be one with the universe. They felt the sense of separation, of duality, that had once seemed so real, fade away, leaving only a sense of connection, of oneness, with all that existed. And as they sat, in silence, in stillness, they knew that they had entered a state of profound peace, a state that would stay with them long after they left the meditation hall, a state that would guide them on their journey through the world, and back again to the stillness of the heart. The gentle warmth of the setting sun spilled through the windows of the meditation hall, casting a soft golden glow over the assembled monks. The gentle rustle of their robes as they shifted in their seats was the only sound in the otherwise silent room. The scent of incense wafted through the air, a subtle reminder of the day's rituals and ceremonies. Outside, the sky was a deep shade of blue, dotted with wispy clouds that seemed to be painted on by a skilled artist. The sun's descent behind the mountains cast long shadows across the landscape, a gentle reminder of the passing of day into night. A soft breeze whispered through the trees, causing the leaves to rustle softly, a soothing sound that seemed to lull the very air itself into a state of calm. As the monks sat in stillness, their hearts began to fill with a sense of gratitude for the day's events. They reflected on the beauty of the natural world, on the wonder of the world's simple pleasures, a warm breeze, a gentle stream, a beautiful sunset. They thought of the moments they had spent in meditation, of the sense of connection they had felt to all that existed, of the oneness that had enveloped them like a warm blanket. Their thoughts, like the sun's rays, began to fade away, leaving only a sense of peace, a sense of calm, a sense of connection to all that was. The room, like the world outside, seemed to grow quieter, more still, as if the very fabric of reality was being gently rewoven into a tapestry of serenity. In this state, the monks felt a sense of unity with one another, a sense of unity with the world around them. They felt connected to the earth beneath their feet, to the trees that swayed in the breeze, to the creatures that scurried through the underbrush. They felt connected to the sun, to the stars, to the moon, to the very essence of the universe itself. As they sat, in this state of profound peace, they knew that they would carry this feeling with them, long after they left the meditation hall. They knew that it would guide them on their journey through the world, that it would remind them of the simple beauty of existence. They knew that it would be a source of strength, of comfort, of peace, in times of turmoil, in times of uncertainty. The air grew cooler, the shadows deepening as the sun dipped lower in the sky. The monks, lost in their thoughts, seemed to grow quieter, more still, as if they too were being gently drawn into the stillness of the world around them. Their breathing, like the rustling of leaves, grew slower, more rhythmic, as if they too were being drawn into the very fabric of the universe. And as the sun's rays continued to fade, the monastery itself began to grow quieter, more still. The only sound was the distant hum of a stream, the only light the soft glow of the setting sun. The monks, in their state of profound peace, seemed to be one with the world, a part of it, connected to it, and yet, somehow, apart from it, in a state of serene detachment. As the last rays of sunlight fade from the horizon, the mountain monastery grows quieter, its serenity deepening with each passing moment. The gentle rustle of leaves, the soft hush of wind through the trees, and the distant chirping of crickets create a soothing melody that envelops the grounds. Your journey here has been one of tranquility, a path winding through mist-shrouded valleys and across rolling hills. You've walked alongside a gentle stream, its crystal-clear waters reflecting the beauty of the surrounding landscape. You've sat in the stillness of the grand hall, surrounded by the wisdom of ancient monks and the soft glow of candles. As night begins to fall, the stars start to twinkle in the sky, like diamonds scattered across the velvet expanse. The moon, now a silver crescent, casts a gentle beam of light upon the monastery, illuminating the peaceful faces of those who reside here. Their eyes, closed in meditation, seem to hold the secrets of the universe. In this sacred place, time loses all meaning. The world outside recedes, and all that remains is the present moment. The past and future dissolve, leaving only the gentle flow of breath, the beating of the heart, and the quiet whisper of the wind. As you prepare to leave this peaceful sanctuary, remember the lessons you've learned here. Remember the stillness, the calm, and the sense of connection to the world around you. Carry these gifts with you, and may they guide you on your journey forward. As you step out into the night air, the cool breeze carries the scent of incense and the distant hint of wood smoke. The mountain monastery stands before you, its stone walls glowing softly in the moonlight. Take one last look, and then turn your face toward the horizon.